Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my creative life. I am making a really cute pinata card. I started off with the cut file from Printable Cuttable Creatables, and I cut out enough pieces for 3 of these little cute pinatas. So I usually layer them up because before I put adhesive, because I just want to make sure I have everything in the right spot. But because I had so many pieces, what I first did was I separated all the pieces so I had one of each color. Now, even though I did set up and put them together before adding the adhesive, I felt like I probably didn't really need to, because this was a really simple one to put together. It was really just start off with the larger piece and then end up with the smaller pieces. I also cut out one solid of the entire pinata in a white color because I was going to use that for the back for a base. Now this piece has 8 layers and 9 if you want to include the back piece. So let me just quickly put it together. I'm just using some liquid adhesive, which really helped because a couple of them I had to wiggle a little bit. So it's nice to have a little wiggle room with that liquid adhesive. So once I do all that, I am going to add a couple of white highlights, but that's going to be done later. So in my mind, I'm thinking I want to do a square card and I'm going to do a swing card because I thought it would be super cute to have this little guy swinging in the middle once you open up the envelope. So I'm using a 6x6 card, which means it's 6x12 and then scored in the middle to make it 6x6. I went ahead and cut a piece of this really pretty and bright Fiesta paper is really literally what it's called. And then I'm going to cut it both at the same time. I thought that would be easier instead of me trying to cut it out separately and making sure it all fit. So I used my circle cutter from Creative Memories, which this was one of the first tools I've ever bought, and this is back in the year 2000. It still works perfectly. I've never had to change the blade, so it's perfect in my opinion. So once I started doing that, then I started thinking, okay, now what do I need to do? So I do need to add a piece of string between the pinata and the backing. So I'm using these. Do you remember those old floss? Now, if you've been scrapping forever, then you probably remember this. If you haven't been, this is something new to you. I just happen to have a lot of it still, so I thought, oh, that's probably good enough. Because this piece is so heavy, I didn't want to use just regular thread. I didn't think that it would hold it right, and this floss stuff is really like dental floss. I mean, it's really pretty thick. So I went ahead and sandwiched that between the 2 pieces of paper, the main image plus the backing, and I'm just centering it in the card. Then I remembered, well, I need another piece of paper to hide where I'm placing the strings. So I used some glue dots and I just place them on the top and on the bottom just so I have that where I need it to be. And then I went ahead and cut another piece of pattern paper and just cut the circle out in the middle. And then I'm going to put some adhesive and I'm going to put it right on top, like I said, to kind of cover where the string is attached on the inside of the card. Simple. This, I've done swing cards before, not even thinking twice about anything. So I twist it all, because then what happens is you put it in the envelope, and I'm just showing you here, and then you're giving it to the recipient. Oh my gosh, so fun. You open it and it's supposed to turn around, which it didn't do. For one reason, I think I probably should have had the card going, instead of up and down like it is, the card should have been the opposite way, where the fold is on the left side. And also I think because the image isn't actually what's the right word, symmetrical. That sounds weird. Is that the right word? Anyhow, you know what I mean. It's the head's heavier than the butt. I think it just didn't swing right. So I changed my mind pretty quickly. But I kept that string up on the top because I thought, you know what, that's super cute. And it is a pinata and it does have a string. So originally I was going to put it on the top and just kind of let it hang there. But then I thought, oh, it just seemed too wild and loose. So instead I'm going to attach it to the bottom right. And I'm going to keep that string on there because, again, that seems appropriate for the image. And what I'm going to do is just use some liquid adhesive to adhere it there. I'm also going to adhere the string so I kind of have it a little bit where I want it to be. And then I'm going to tie a double bow and kind of hide that the end part of that string. Now, this image or this card is created or was created for my design team project for Printable Cuttable Creatables. And if you haven't been on that website, I encourage you to go there. First of all, the images are super cute and pretty inexpensive. But not only that, but if you use a special code, which I'll have in the information box, it is 15% off your order of already inexpensive cut files. And this one, like I said, is so cute. And the nice thing what she does is not only is it the main image, but you get like at least two options. One would be if you're using it with cardstock, which is what I did, and that's why there's so many layers. And then there's also another option if you use it with vinyl. It's you can imagine you don't get all those stacked layers. You just get these small portions of what you want to see to create the piñata. So it's not as thick, because when you're doing vinyl, whether it's just regular vinyl or HTV, you don't want all those layers. So it's really nice, and it's just part of the files. I mean, it's nothing special that you're paying extra for. But again, check out the website. I swear you'll see something that you like, because her images are so super cute. And again, I'll have a discount code in the information box, as well as her website, and also link to my blog and my Instagram account. So once I do all this, I realize, okay, you remember I cut a circle through this. So everything you're seeing me stamp on is the actual inside of the card. And at this point, I'm thinking happy birthday, but then it's like, okay, that's not enough. I have this whole thing on the left, so I add that it's your day. Still looked a little plain, so I pulled out some confetti, and this is just some birthday confetti that I keep when I make shaker cards and things like this. And I'm just going to pour out a little bit and add some stars and some little shiny birthday caps, and I thought that really finishes it off. I'm just using, again, liquid adhesive just to put a little dot and place them right there. Now, the only problem with the card that I see is when somebody writes something, it's going to have to be in that lower left area where the piñata hides it, or whatever they write is going to be shown from the inside of the card. You can always write something in the back as well. But isn't this super cute? I love this file. I love this card. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the Command Center, which is the name of my craft room and my blog. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.